Well, there's a couple of questions that I'd like to ask. I want to ask about the anxiety that my client had as a child. And I want you to be able to scan his body now. And as you scan this body of light, let's start at the top of the head. Scanning this body of light. Going through the skull, the top of the head. Down past the eyes, the ears and the throat. Across the shoulders and down the torso into that heart. All the way into the tummy area. And over to both hips. Down the thighs and the knees, all the way down to the tips of the toes. Tell me, is he holding any of that anxiety with him today? Or has he released it?
Released.
He's released it. And as we scan through the body there, you'll be able to sense if there's any energy that we can work with today that can be released from his body. So just scan again, right from the top of the head all the way down. And you'll just have a sense of where you need to go. Anywhere in the body. Or is he fine?
Seems good.
He's good. I want to ask about this trip to Turkey. What is the purpose of this trip?
Education.
Mm-hmm. Is he going to be meeting others there that are like-minded to him now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is this already set in a plan?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So it's all part of the plan. Can I ask you about his out-of-body experiences that he had as a child? So I want you to go back now to a memory as a child, drifting now to that time as that small boy having that experience. Describe to me what happened.
Travelling.
You were travelling. Mm-hmm. When you travel, do you travel alone or do you meet others?
Alone.
You travel alone. What's the purpose of my client having these out-of-body experiences travelling? What does he do?
Exploring.
Exploring. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to know a little bit more about his dreams, because of late he hasn't been able to remember his dreams. So can you tell me what's going on there?
There's no need for him to remember.
No need for him to remember. Tell me, when in his dream state does he go back to visit the Pleiadians in his dream state?
Yes.
What's the purpose of that? Is he collecting information or downloading information to them?
Download.
He's downloading. Mm-hmm. And I know that my client wants to know when it's ready for him to work on this different frequency. Some call it the spiritual level. Is he ready now, or is he preparing himself?
Getting prepared.
Getting prepared. Hmm? And the astral travelling that he does, why does he astral travel? What does he get out of that?
Information.
Information. Is this information from other Pleiadians, or is it information that's different?
Information from the Pleiadians.
From other Pleiadians. We're talking about the Pleiadians now. At our level, as a Pleiadian, are you a junior or a senior? Or are there different ranks in Pleiadians?
Senior.
You're a senior. And do you have a council that you go to for meetings as a senior?
Yes.
Well, I'd like to be able to visit that council now. So, with your telepathic thoughts now, I want you to make an intention for us to go to one of those council meetings, to be in front of your council, see yourself drifting and floating and travelling towards that energy of those Pleiadians there at that council meeting, drifting, floating, all the way there. Very good. And tell me, how many other Pleiadians are on this council?
12.
There's 12. And as you look around these Pleiadians, I want you to be able to sense their energy. And as you glance from one Pleiadian to the next, and you feel and connect with their vibration and frequency, is there one of those Pleiadians that you connect with more than the rest?
We connect together.
You connect together. Is there a particular Pleiadian there that could speak on behalf of the council today? Do we have permission?
I am the one.
You are the one. Tell me, how long have you been coming down to Earth?
Long time.
Tell me, were you coming down to Earth when we had dinosaurs on the planet?
That's deception.
That is deception. So are you telling me we didn't have dinosaurs?
No.
No. So what were they then?
It never was.
They were what, sorry?
There never was.
There never was.
You've been told.
So how can we find bones in the ground of these animals?
These bones are from Nephilim.
They're from where?
The Nephilim.
Nephilim?
Nephilim.
And what is that?
Giant like humans.
Giant-like humans. Are those the ones that roamed the earth then?
Yes.
And tell me, could they talk like we are talking now? Did they operate the same way we do?
No.
So how did they get along? How did they communicate?
They had their own language.
They had their own language. Very interesting. And have we travelled far from that time now to where we are now?
Yes.
So as all the other 7 species that are coming down onto this planet now, what is the aim? Is the Earth tilting in a different direction? Are the frequencies changing? What are you trying to...
We are here to up the frequencies of the planet.
Up the frequencies of the planet?
To establish new consciousness.
To establish new consciousness. And how are you going to get that information to us? Is it going to be through speaking or dreams or actions?
Actions.
actions. So what kind of things are going to start happening down on Earth then?
There's potential of war.
Potential of war. In what area of the world would that war start?
Potentially Russia.
Russia. I was told at a different session that President Putin has a walk-in. Is this correct?
Yes.
And where does this walk-in come from? How do these walk-ins get in?
Dark entities.
They're dark entities. And can you tell me where these dark entities come from?
Out in the universe.
Out in the universe. And what's the purpose of this dark entity attaching itself to President Putin?
To enslave the planet.
To enslave the planet.
Fear.
For fear. Can I ask, do we have permission today to speak with that entity with him now?
Yes.
Good afternoon, entity. Can you tell me how long have you been with Putin? How many years?
Only one.
Only 1 year. And did you decide on your own to be a walk-in, or were you sent to do this task?
I've been sent.
You've been sent. Do you have a name that I can call you? Give me a sound, a name.
We are.
We are.
Reptile.
Oh, you're reptilian. So how come you decided to target President Putin?
Because he has nuclear.
He has nuclear. Well, nuclear was given to us as a gift, I'm told, for the good.
Yes.
And is that what you're going to use it for?
No.
So what is the purpose of you having nuclear?
Destructive.
But if you destroy the world, where will everybody go?
The end.
The end. So as a reptilian, where do you usually reside? What kind of planet or space?
We are inhabiting Earth.
You're inhabiting Earth? And are you attaching yourself to many humans at this time?
Yes.
What kind of particular humans do you like to attach yourself to?
Authority.
Authority. I've also been told that if we sing and send love to the people that you attach yourself to, like if we send love to Russia, to Putin, it weakens your armour. Is that true?
We can't hide in the light.
You can't hide in the light. So in order to release your power and your authority. Really, as a collective, we humans can gather together and send thoughts of love and forgiveness to you, and you wouldn't be able to manage that.
No, the dark can't survive in the light.
The dark can't survive in the light. And I have been told that song is very, very powerful, the vibration of sound. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if we were to sing and send messages of love,
Energy, vibrations and frequencies.
energy, vibrations and frequencies. So if we were to send messages of love, you wouldn't be able to manage to hold on to your walk-ins?
No.
No. Thank you, that's interesting. I'll get back to that at a different session. And now I'd like to be able to speak with my client, and I want him to connect with his dog and tell me, has this dog been in a past life with him before?
No.
No. What is the purpose of this dog?
To show him the good in the world.
To show him the good in the world. And I'd like you to tell me how many guides my client has, please. What's your first number that comes to mind?
3.
3. I want you to call on those guides now to be with you and present in front of you. And as I continue to talk to you, just bring their presence forward and feel their energy and describe these 3 guides to me. What do they look like?
One male.
A male.